Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing great. This is the first video of our team sports semester, and we're going to start our class with team handball. That sport is a combo sport. It plays a lot like soccer and basketball if you were to mix the two, and has rules from each discipline, but it's its own sport in its own right. It's an Olympic sport, one that's played internationally, and it's a fast paced, fun sport for middle school age kids and older. So I thought that's kind of a nice place to start. This video is going to show you the rules to team handball. After you see this video, you are going to be able to take the test. That test for this class's sake will be in 2 days. It'll be on Friday. So if you're watching this video on Wednesday, the test will be on Friday. You'll need to take that test and get a 100 on it in order to play in class. So looking forward to seeing some good games. Let's go over the rules. First off, team handball, as played in the Olympics, is a little bit different than how we'll play it in gym class, though not significantly different. Most of the rules that we are changing up are simply just lines on the floor for practicality's sake. Doesn't take away from the game. But this is an actual game being played. You'll notice a few things from this picture. None of the defenders or offensive players are in that orange goalie zone. Only the goalie is in that zone. But you'll also see that guy flying in, number 6, with the ball in his hand. He is taking a jump shot where he jumped from behind the white line that leads into the orange floor. And as long as he releases that ball before he hits the ground, he has made a legal shot, and the goalie's job is to block it. Now, let's go over some rules. First off, the object of the game. Handball combines the elements of soccer and basketball, and 6 players move the ball up and down the court, with a 7th player being the goalie. The successful scoring attempt results in the award of 1 point. Typical final scores of team handball run in the mid-20s. In games during PE class, we'll begin with a jump ball at center court just like you would in a basketball game. The jump ball is also used after every goal is scored. The official court is a little bit different from our gym just because of space limitations. During PE class, there are no out-of-bounds lines. We will not play out of bounds in PE. Everything is in play. The most significant line on the court is the 6-meter line, or in our class, it's going to be the blue baseline of the volleyball court. Only the goalie is allowed inside the goal area between the blue baseline of the volleyball court and the wall. Players may jump into that goal area, as you saw earlier in that picture, if they release the ball before landing in the goal area. The free throw line that we use in basketball, is also used for minor penalties and penalty shots. We'll talk about that in a minute. Here's our gym setup. You see the blue lines are the volleyball court. The ends where the goals are the mats on the wall. Only the goalie for each team is allowed in the goalie zone between the wall and the blue line from the volleyball court. Everybody else in the game plays between the blue lines. Now, the sidelines on that volleyball court have no significance at all. The sidelines are simply there because of the volleyball court. So you can play outside those lines with no violation. Typically, team handball is played between 2 teams with 6 players and 1 goalie. If we play with substitutes on a team, unlimited substitution is allowed. You can enter the game at any point, just like you would in hockey, through those substitution areas which are on the sidelines. Most of our games will not have substitutes, as everybody on a team will be playing. When you're playing the ball, players are allowed to dribble the ball 3 times. You're allowed to run with the ball up to 3 steps before and after any dribble. And you're allowed to hold the ball without moving for 3 seconds. You are allowed to dribble, step, 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 dribble, step, 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 dribble, step, step, step. You can hold the ball for 3 seconds on each of those dribbles if you want to. Players are not allowed to endanger the opponent with the ball. You can't viciously throw the ball at someone. You're not allowed to pull, hit, or punch the ball out of someone's hands if they're holding it. And we're not allowed to contact the ball below our knees. In other words, no soccer kicks. That does not apply to defensive stops or goalies. When you're defending the ball, you're allowed to use your body in any way to obstruct the opponent with the ball. So you can block the ball and you can work to position yourself so that people you're defending have a more difficult time. But you're not allowed to grab, push, hold, trip, hit in any way. That's a violation. Offensive players are not allowed to charge into a defensive player. You can't run your body through someone else just because you have the ball. Free throws are given for minor infringements of the rules. In this case, you can think of it like a soccer indirect kick. A free throw simply means the team that was fouled is awarded the ball. The person who gets the ball must keep a foot on the ground, and you may either pass the ball or shoot the ball at the goal. Defenders have to be about 10 feet away. As soon as the ball is played, play continues from that point. In the case of a foul that was on a shot, a penalty throw is awarded. A penalty throw is taken from the free throw line of the basketball court. And in that case, no one except the goaltender and the thrower are in the way. For penalty throws, if a throw is missed, the ball is awarded to the goalie's team. If the throw is made in a goal, then the ball comes back out, a point is awarded, and we jump in the center of the floor. When a ball is thrown from behind the blue line and passed through the goalie to hit the mat goal on the wall, 1 point is scored. Those are the rules for team handball. This game is a fast-paced game. It's one that makes your opponents have to think and adjust. Defensively, you can run different schemes or sets or plays that will influence where you want the offense to pass the ball. You may want to play off of players that you want to get the ball and then tighten the defense, or force the ball to the corners where a shot is more difficult to be made. Offensively, you want to set quick passes, sure hands, step to the ball to catch the ball, and know where you're going with the ball before you get the ball. If you're going to take a shot, you should know you're going to take a shot long before you ever get that ball. If you're going to pass the ball, have options in your head and make sure you're communicating to your teammates to let them know you're looking to pass. Maybe communicate and say, hey, get open down the floor, stay on the right side, move to the middle. Things like that go a long way in a team's success. Even teams that seemingly are outmatched with athleticism can make up a lot of ground in this game just by passing smart. Including all players on your team is very, very important as well. Defenses pick up quickly on players who are ball hogging or not sharing the ball with other teammates on the court. It's a lot harder to guard 6 players than it is to guard 2, even if those 2 are pretty good at the sport. So, take your test on Friday. Make sure you get 100. If you don't get 100 the first time, take a look at your score, take it again until you get a 100. Make sure you know the rules if you're coming into class to play so that you're ready to play day 1. Thanks for listening.